guys, this is Amanda Grimm here, and I'm in my nutrition club, and I want to go through and show you how to do an analysis just like anybody can do from home. You can do it at a restaurant, you can do it over the phone, anything. But it's so simple, it's so duplicatable, but I want to explain to you how to do it. First, your tools, okay? So you can use your slide rule that came in your IBP. This is what we're going to be using today. It's a very, very simple, inexpensive tool that we all have. You can also use Shape Scan. These are a little bit harder to come by, but this is something that works well to kind of get some numbers. Same numbers as on your slide rule. And then this is an Omron. I bought this one at either Walgreens or CVS, but Omron is the brand, and it's a fat loss machine. They do a lot with like blood pressure and all that stuff, so that's where you would find it at the store. But this just gives you a percentage of body fat. It's just kind of a cool gadget sometimes to have. Okay, so the first thing to do when you sit down with somebody, you want to get them weighed, and then I always keep a sheet, their health evaluation sheet with all of their information on it. I have them fill that out for me, and that way I know what I want to talk to them about. So I'm going to go ahead and use the slide rule. The numbers I'm going to use, guys, are my weight and height and everything from when I first got started. So on your slide rule, the very first step, you want to go and put in the height, and I am 5'10". Okay, so my height's there. And then you look for the weight. Okay, so when I first got started, I was 225 pounds. So 225 pounds, that would put me right in between a 32 and a 33 BMI. That's what the numbers at the top and bottom are. So on here, you're gonna wanna round up. So I'm gonna say 33 is my BMI. Now, some helpful tips for you guys. Make sure you're taking notes on this, by the way. I always give people a healthy weight range because a lot of times you don't know what your weight is supposed to be. So if you look on your chart, you want your BMI to be between 20 and 25. That's a good range for anybody. So basically for someone my height, I want to be somewhere between 140 and 175. And this really helped me in the beginning because I had always been fat. I didn't know what I was supposed to weigh. Okay, so my BMI is 33. And then on my body mass index here, we find the 33. Okay, so 5'10", 149, and just kind of remember that number. That's our protein factor. So we flip this over, and we find 149 on the chart. Okay, meal plan C. So the way I do this with most people, a lot of times they're not used to getting that much protein in a day. So if I see a meal plan C, I bump it down to a meal plan B, and I have them on that plan. But I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, and then we come down here and we put on our 149 again. That was our number. Okay, calories. So what this means is on a daily basis at rest, I'm gonna burn anywhere between 1,900 and 2,000 calories pretty much. So to find out how many calories you want to eat to lose weight, you subtract 500. Not rocket science, I just always kind of estimate. So if I see on here an average is right around 2,000 calories, so 500 less than that would be 1,500, okay? So next step, this is a meal plan guide. This is something that's just a helpful tool to give to people once they're first getting started. Okay, so on here, we're gonna start out by writing that target weight range. And typically I do this as I'm filling out the numbers on the slide rule. So that was 140 to 175, okay? And then our next number was meal plan. So meal plan B, and I just put a box around it and underline the protein. And then our last part is calories. Okay, and we had 1,500. Okay, so if I were talking to you guys, and I could say, okay, Mary, so we just did your evaluation. Let me tell you all your numbers. And I always, you want to make sure everything is really happy and all that stuff. So a target weight range for you, go ahead and show paper here. Target weight range for you is somewhere between 140 and 175 pounds. And have you been in that weight range before? Okay, great. Talk to the person and find out a little bit more about what they want. To get there, you're just going to want to stay around 1,500 calories each day. And you want your protein to be between 100 and 124 grams each day. So what I have circled here, Mary, this is a perfect meal plan for you using the shakes. 2 shakes a day is a weight loss program. So most people, like for me, I did breakfast and lunch. So you're gonna do your 2 shakes. This protein powder is something that you can add that boosts your protein up. And Mary, I had a really hard time getting enough protein in the beginning when I was losing weight, so it's really helped me a lot. But basically, if you're doing your shake with your extra protein, you're gonna be getting anywhere from 50 to 60 grams of protein right there. that's already half of what you need for the day. So this is why the program works so well, because you're able to get your protein very easily. Next is your tea. Okay, the tea burns 80 calories a glass. You can drink more or less of it, just, you know, kind of give you an idea. And then your main meal. And most people, Mary, have this as their dinner with their family, but you want to be getting somewhere between 40 and 45 grams of protein. Just focus on a well-balanced plate. That's what this picture is of here. So are you a fruit and veggie eater? Okay, great. So about half your plate, fruits and vegetables. A lot of times I do a salad, or I love the Steam Fresh bags. You can do anything. There's a lot of great fruits and veggies in season. Lean proteins, things like chicken, fish, beef, pork, those are all great proteins. Just stay away from breaded stuff. And they say a serving is about the size of the palm of your hand. And Mary, you can even go a little bit bigger than that. That'd be fine. And then your starches are your rice, potatoes, pastas, things like that. Just kind of limit those and make sure they don't take over your whole plate. Does that make sense? Yes, okay, great. Have a snack throughout the day, and I'll give you some ideas on that in a second here. Supplements 3 times a day. This note's in here, Mary, because there's no natural way to time release a vitamin. So you want to take it 3 times a day. That way it gets dissolved and it gets into your system and you actually get what you're paying for. And then your total protein number. Same number down here as up here. Make sense? Okay, so that's when I open it up and Mary can ask me any questions, anything that she wants to talk about. And I always try to make sure that I can show how it fits into her day. You know, Mary, I know that you work night shift, so that doesn't really matter. It's no problem. You just want to make sure you have your main meal, and we just plan it out. Whatever time of day she eats her biggest meal is typically when their biggest meal is. Okay, now on the back of the sheet, we've got some snack ideas. And I always tell them the bottom ones are things you can pick up at the grocery store. Some have more protein than others. The top ones, these are all the Herbalife snacks. And if you notice, they've all got more protein than any of the other ones. These are my absolute favorites. Because I did struggle with protein so much in the beginning, this was a really simple way for me to get it. Okay, then this I call my cheat sheet. And these are some of the most common products that people use, and it tells you a little bit more about how to use them, what do they do. And you can take this home, Mary, and read through it, and just call me with any questions that you may have, okay? And then here's a full product catalog for you to take home. Great pictures, explanations of everything. And here is a price list. So all of these have the same products, but on here, I've already figured out the sales tax and the shipping estimated on here. So it gives Mary an idea of the prices with no surprises. So I kind of go through and I just explain, this is the basic shake mix so that you're getting your 2 balanced meals. Multivitamin cell activator, very high quality. Here's your tea that burns 80 calories a glass. And the biggest thing, Mary, that I get questions about are these programs. So you can kind of think about them like fast, faster, and fastest. And I lost 50 pounds in 4 months with this advanced program, so it is my all-time favorite. The quick start is everything I went over. The advanced is all that stuff, plus you get the total control, which helps with appetite. And then the cellulose is like liposuction in a bottle. So again, that's my favorite program. Mary, which program do you think is the best for you? And that's really it. And then the ultimate, I explain what products are in there, but I leave it open to her, and we have a good conversation about what's gonna work best for her. And then I get her started on products, and she knows exactly how much it's gonna be, and we don't have to add in sales tax or anything like that. So, very helpful, and I will talk to you guys all soon.